Hey, what's up, Culture Drop? Galen here. This video is about the recipe required to create a high accountability culture and sort of like navigating these interesting times of elevated employee experience, but how do you get teams to be awesome, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've got a lot to say. All right, let's go. This topic inspired by some conversations recently, one specifically with a client, just navigating this universe, and here are some dynamics that exist. The landscape is shifting inside organizations of elevating employee experience. I am a huge proponent of pay the hell out of people, give them everything, give them time off, let them be flexible, and give the world to your employees and your teams to like retain them, make them happy. My philosophy about ruin your employees for other companies to make them so they would never leave because it's so good at your company. The flip side of that is that organizations still need to be productive, efficient. They need teams that are like diving in, making things happen, that are like hustling and working and like making teams successful. There are some dynamics in that water that are interesting, and like it or not, the truth is if you're a leadership team, you're like, we want to give the world to our employees, but we don't want them to feel entitled of like, what have you done for us lately? Expecting the world from us as a company without that sense of balance. So to pinpoint the heart of what I think in this philosophy of how we make this work in time teams is that we have to have balance. And the way that we balance, the way that I sort of view this with my company and organization, that I think this is the right way to go about it for companies, the philosophy of high bar, high reward. We ask a lot of our employees, we ask people to be motivated, to be intentional, show up, to contribute to our culture, to be productive, to be exceptional in terms of how they show up as an employee, and we give them the world. Here's my conversation about that with teams. It's like, there are lots of, or employees or whatever, this fear that if we hold people accountable, if we hold them to a higher bar, that they'll leave. And the truth is, you're giving them everything as a company and being really intentional. I mean, when I'm talking about that for employees and their experience, I mean, you're asking for their feedback, you're taking it into account, you're paying them well, you're giving good like working conditions, flexible work time, whatever people want, we're giving them those things, but also saying the exchange for that here is that you're going to kick ass. This is a high bar, high reward. There are plenty of organizations out there that don't care about employee experience, that you can go and be a mediocre level employee and get treated like garbage and be like completely happy. That's all they want from their employees and that's all you want, and like, great, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be here at this organization and you want us to give you the world and like elevate employee experience, we also ask a lot of you. And I think that's the fair trade-off. And I think because work is a contract agreement, I'm paying you as an employee to show up here and try and make my company successful and do these things that are in your bucket. And in exchange, I'm paying you this money. But the environment that makes for high accountability is the fact that like, I will give you a lot and I will also ask you a lot of you. I think that's perfectly reasonable. And I think companies should be like proud of that, announce that, be transparent about it. This is what it's like here, is that we ask a lot of you, but we give you a lot. I think that's completely fair, the balance of that. We can't ask a lot of people and then pay and treat them like crap. And we can't give people the world and then allow them to like not really produce or show up with a bad attitude, right? It's like those two things have to be in place so that this is awesome for both of us. The company's successful, the workplace is successful, people work next to people that are intentional, that are great, that show up, that do their jobs, that pull their weight, and also we elevate employee experience. We care about you. We're intentional about culture. We give you the world. That's what it takes, I think, to run a successful business that is like, people are happy, people are productive, boom. Lovely. Okay, that's it. Go be awesome. Come here. Well, oops. God, such an idiot. I wanted to show you something and I knocked it over. This is what I wanted to show you. It's like this golden pheasant that I got. You know, it's a golden pheasant. I don't know. I liked it. Let's do some stuff here. Let's be productive. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Subscribe to our channel. We put a lot of content on here. You can also subscribe to the Culture Drop mailing list and get these emails in your inbox every Tuesday morning. Follow our social media channels. Put a lot of free content out about just being more awesome and building great teams.